All right, we're back. So I wanted to start a new series. I think I'm going to call it Friends Favorites for lack of a better name because, alliteration is cool. And to continue on that theme, this first episode is going to be CJ's CRKT CEO in HCR13 MOV steel. This is one of the more common models. It's fiber reinforced or glass reinforced nylon, something like that. It's some crazy plastic. It's very lightweight. Fun fact about it, though, it is actually, if you go on the Blade HQ website, there's a nav bar that ends up getting you to a section about more info about knives. Inside of that, it includes states' #1 top picks. And for the state of Illinois, the CRKT CEO is the top pick, which, funny enough, the blade length is 3.1 inches. Again, not that any law enforcement official is actually going to measure your blade length, but technically it's illegal, and it's the #1 knife for Illinois based on Blade HQ's popularity. Anyway, so I'm going to read off some notes I have here on my phone, and we're going to get into this thing. I'm also going to probably switch to an overhead at some point, but I'm not exactly sure when. So anyway, so this one is actually the thumb stud featured one, and it's got great action. They are coming out with a little flipper tab one soon, but I'm a bigger fan of this thumb stud one. I will say you can't lay it flat on its side because the thumb stud is a little bit taller than the scales itself, so that is kind of a pain. But if you're into flippers instead of thumb studs, check Blade HQ. They're coming soon. I'm sure all the other retailers are going to have them soon as well, but not everybody has a coming soon section. So let's start with some of the pros. I don't personally own a gentleman's knife. I have some smaller knives and some cleaner looking knives, but none that are technically in the gentleman's carry category. But this one definitely is a great fit for it. I rocked it in my pocket for a few days, and it felt really clean. Barely even noticed it was there. Again, it's this lightweight, crazy plastic scales, and it's got a really nice fit and finish and form factor to it. So it also just looks great in your pocket. It does. I think the biggest pro to this knife is there's a ball bearing pivot. I think it's called like an IKMS ball bearing, something like that. I forget what the actual lettering is for it. But it definitely gives it some good action and really great fidget factor. And as you can see, I'm staring at the lens, and I could kind of see the knife outside of view. But it's relatively easy for one-handed operation, and I'm sure if I played with it more, it'd be even more muscle memory-y. It's got solid action. The liner lock's pretty good on it, so not only does it open well, it locks up pretty well, and you could actually do kind of like a whip close on it a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't really have the blade drop feature that you might like from a heavier blade, but it's still got some play to it to get it open and closed. It feels pretty good in the hand. There's great price points for this HCR13 MOV steel. It's roughly around $40. They've got some D2 variants that are roughly around $65, and then they've even got an S35VN variant that's roughly around $140, depending on which colorways you choose, which kind of segues into my next point, that's another nice factor about this particular model from CRKT is they do offer several colorways that I like that. You might not find it in the exact form factor you're looking for. The exact setup you're looking for as far as colors and blade steel goes. But if you're willing to Frankenstein a little bit, you could take them apart relatively easily and put them back together and have exactly the knife that you're looking for. It's a lightweight. It's roughly
2.1 ounces.
Glass reinforced nylon. That's this GRN. Yeah, I wrote it down. I just didn't get to it till now. Okay, we did the pros. Let's do the cons. Tip down carry. There is no other setup for the pocket clip other than tip down carry. I'm not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. I'm hoping they could update it on another model to, set it up from factory, but I guess if you want it right-handed, anyway. Little bit off center. I didn't do anything with this knife as far as adjustments go. I did clean it up with an alcohol swab and put some lube on it, and so I'm hoping that if I did a little bit of adjustment to it, the blade centering would be that much more perfect, but not a big deal. Again, this knife was probably $39 on Amazon for them or something like that, maybe even less. There's no blade play, though, so there's that. One of the screws that's setting the blade under the belt clip, too, so that's kind of big. Oh, yeah, so if I was trying to adjust the pivot right now, there's the adjustment screws, the one side actually has the belt clip covering it. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. You'd have to take the belt clip off to even do any adjustments to it. So the laziness factor was definitely amplified by the fact that there's that much more effort to get to it. All in all, I definitely buy the knife. I wouldn't mind adding it to my collection, and if I wanted to feel a little more James Bondy at a wedding or something, I might bring that along. Again, technically it's an illegal knife to carry in Illinois. Maybe they'll make a mini version of the CEO. I don't know what you call him, the COO? VP? Ooh, the CRKT VP. There you go. Patent pending. I'm going to talk with him. We'll get this thing put together. Hopefully I'm going to have a few more of these series coming up. I have several friends who are into knives, so I've got a large breadth and quite a bit of depth to that breadth of what these folks actually like to carry. And I kind of want to do, like, this isn't necessarily CJ's everyday carry, but I kind of want to talk to my friends and get a better idea of, like, what is this knife to you? Is this just like an everyday carry, a special occasion knife, etc., etc.? If you like this, let me know in the comments. If you want to hear some more facts, also let me know in the comments. If you're still watching this video this late in it, you're one of a very small percentage, so thank you very much, and I'm just going to randomly cut you off again. And we're also almost at 100 subscribers, so I want to say thanks for that too. You people are great.